King Lear is one of Shakespeare's most famous tragedies. It is based on the mythological Lear of Britain. It is considered as one of the greatest works of literature ever written. Summary of the tragedy. King Lear divides his kingdom into 3 parts for his 3 daughters and their husbands, but his youngest daughter Cordelia disappoints him, and he therefore gives her share to the other 2. The King of France agrees to marry Cordelia despite what has happened, and she goes with him to France. The Earl of Gloucester, youngest son Edmund, fools his father into believing that his older son, Edmund's half-brother Edgar, wants to kill Gloucester. Edmund tells Edgar to run away because his life is in danger, and Edgar disguises him as a mad beggar called Poor Tom. King Lear goes to stay with his oldest daughter Goneril. She asks him to reduce his number of his followers because of their noise and behavior. He is deeply offended and he goes to stay with his daughter Regan instead. Regan makes sure she is not at home and goes to Gloucester's house. Outside Gloucester's house, Goneril and Regan unite against their father. He refuses to give up his followers and instead walks off into a storm. Lear meets Poor Tom in the storm. Gloucester then finds Lear, gives him food and shelter, and sends him to Dover to meet up with Cordelia. Regan and her husband Cornwall torture Gloucester for helping Lear and gouge out his eyes. Poor Tom then finds his blind father and helps him travel to Dover to meet the king. Goneril and Regan British armies, supported by Edmund, defeat Cordelia's invading French forces. Lear and Cordelia are captured and she is later killed. Edgar kills Edmund in a duel. Goneril poisons Regan and kills herself. Lear dies mourning Cordelia. The theme of age and youth. The play begins with Lear giving age and youth as his reason for the division of the kingdom. Goneril and Regan comment on Lear's age and how it affects his judgment to be able to rule. Others, including Cordelia and Lear himself, comment on how age should inspire respect. The fool reminds Lear that age should come with wisdom. In defense of his actions, Edmund tells the audience, "The younger rises when the older fall." The theme of justice and duty. There are many different ideas in this play expressed through different characters about what both justice and duty mean. Cordelia sees it as her duty to tell her father the truth about how she feels, while her sister feels differently with Regan, telling her prescribe not us our duty, and Goneril is saying, "You have obedience scanted." Ken thinks it is his duty to speak up when he feels Lear is making a mistake, whereas Lear feels his subject's duty to him as king is never to question him and fails to see any sense of injustice in how his knights behave in Goneril's house. Edmund feels his duty to his father is superseded by his sense of injustice at how his father treats him compared to his brother. Edgar as Poor Tom, Gloucester and Lear all comment on the injustice suffered by the poor and the duty of those who are more fortunate to help them. Gloucester summarizes this in his line, "So distribution should undo excess, and each man have enough." The words duty and duties are used 12 times in the play. Why do you think this word is so significant? How does the play make you think about what justice and duty mean and what the differences are between justice and duty?